What's up, YouTube? I'm your host, Kelsey. Thank you for tuning in to Choice Barber TV. If you're new to this channel, I create videos about all things barbering, from how to cut hair to how to find a job. So if that's something that interests you, please hit that subscribe button below. And without further ado, I just want to jump right into this Mohawk fade transformation and show you step by step how I execute this particular haircut. So stay tuned and follow along with me. So I'm going to be watching alongside with you, and I'm going to get started with the Wahl Seniors with no guard and closed. Yeah, I'll be using the Wahl Seniors throughout this haircut. If you're interested in purchasing the Wahl Seniors, I have a link in the description where you can order one for yourself. So just watch my techniques. I'm using like a scooping motion when creating my guideline. So just follow along in that part. Some of these parts I'm just going to speed up because it's just so repetitive and I don't want this to be like a boring video. So follow along with me the best you can. I promise you, over practice and practice and practice, you're gonna get this down, and most likely better than I would. I use the detailers to get those little hairs that the Wahl Seniors just doesn't always catch, and the detailers really get closer to the skin, because this is like a skin fade mohawk, you can almost call it if you want to. But then I go in with the Seniors again and I open it and I go just slightly above where I started my guideline. And same way, the scooping motion, that's the key to amazing blend a lot of the times. And I go slow motion here so you can just see like that scooping technique that I'm using throughout this haircut. And I want you to do the same thing when you're doing your haircuts as well, is use that scooping motion. The camera got a little wobbly there. All right, so I'm just going back in and using those corners of the blade, and that's why I zoomed in so you can see that I'm using the corners of the blade just to do like that detailed work. People say you go faster if you do the detailed work towards the end, just go back and hit those dark spots. I personally, when I'm doing that first guideline in a haircut, I personally like to do that detail right in that particular section between that half and the 0. For me to do that detail work there in the beginning is better than me doing it at the end. That's just my personal opinion. Now I go in with the number 1 guard, and I'm showing you here that I'm starting the next guide. Yeah. Same motion, the same scooping motion, and that's pretty much all you're going to be doing throughout this. If right now, I'm gonna say, if you're liking what you're watching in this video and you found it helpful in any way, or if later on in this video you find the content that I'm producing helpful, please hit that like button, and I really want to hear your feedback. So if you have a question or comment, go ahead and leave them in the section below. I will get back to you. I'm letting you know this now. I'm going to get back to you as soon as I possibly can. So yeah, jumping into the half guard. So we're moving down to the half, and I'm starting off with the half guard open, and I'm doing this fading up, fading down type of technique. And it's so important when you become a barber, you find your own way of doing certain things. Like, you can find your own way as long as you end with the same outcome. I say go for it. Whether it takes you a little bit longer, if that's your style, that's your style. Do your thing. And now I'm showing you, I'm going in with the 1.5, and I'm pointing out the next level that I'm going to and how far I'm going to go into it too, which is also important when doing a fade like this, because we still want to keep it a little dark, especially, you know, just his hair is naturally dark too, I guess. I don't really know. I just think this particular way looks really good at the end of it all. And some people are gonna watch this video and be like, oh my gosh, what is this chick doing? What kind of fade is this? What type of technique? Who taught her how to cut hair? And honestly, hey, I'm a barber. I'm a licensed barber. My client likes the way I do it, so I'm gonna keep doing it that way. And if you have any suggestions on how I can improve and my methods, I will gladly take them. And I promise you, in the next whatever video I do another haircut on, if you give me a great technique I can use, I will definitely implement it in my next haircut tutorial video. I'm more than happy to take constructive criticism about my work. So I'm just going in and doing fading down and doing the little detail. Like I said, it's going to be a fading up, fading down type of thing throughout this particular haircut. I'm using a 2-guard. Now this is the part people are going to be like, what? What? Yeah, I'm going to go with the number 2 against the grain, and you may understand what I'm doing, you may not understand. You're probably like, wow, doesn't even look like a fade. Like, what are you doing? I'm not finished with the haircut yet. Just give me a chance to show you. I kind of know what I'm doing here. All right, so just follow along, and I'm just going with the grain, the whole entire head, with the grain of the hair. No longer am I going against the grain, because the client likes to keep a little hair on top. And sometimes that's what it boils down to. Give the client what they want. This is what they're asking for. Whether you like it or not, you're not paying for the haircut. This is what the client wants. Give your clients what they want. So I'm doing the 1.5 open, and I'm just doing back, that motion straight down, inching it, you know, adjusting the lever a little bit as I go closer to the next level. And then what I'm gonna do now is put the number 1 on open, and I'm sorry it's out of focus, but it's technical difficulties, I guess. So I'm gonna take that 1 guard, start just above where I did that 1.5. Same thing with the half guard open, starting with it open every single time. That way I can leave room for those little errors that might come up. So that's just a safety net for you when you start with your guard open and you doing this type of technique and you're fading. Start open and then work your way down slowly and slowly and slowly, and you're gonna see that blend just start falling into place. And then you can take the guard off and then start doing those little details throughout the haircut, and it's gonna come out really, really clean. Also, I like to use some clipper over comb work when I'm trying to do some real detail, especially with the mohawk, because it is a bulky type of hairstyle. You will see a little bit of bulk in this type of fade. It's funny watching the video because I see all the stuff that's going on in the background. So I'm just zooming in so you can see I'm just doing some little details, and that's just gonna come naturally when you start cutting hair. You're gonna see those little things and you're like, oh, I can erase that if I do this just a little bit, if I do that just a little bit. And that's pretty much all I'm doing now, is just combing the hair out, seeing if there's any dark spots, those little areas that you can really just make the fade kind of just pop. And that's really what you want to do. It's all about the details that you offer your client. And I have a little anise trimmer, and I'm not even going to focus really much on the beard because I'm going to save that for another video. But wow, you see how much removing that beard just made a huge difference in overall. It changed everything. With the hairline, oh my goodness, so important. Try to keep the hairline as natural as possible. And in the back, when you're doing the mohawk, the mohawk, to make that mohawk look more like a mohawk, you're trying to kind of have that V instead of, or you can do like a rounded motion too, but that kind of makes for a different type of style haircut. So like I like to do the V when I'm doing the mohawk. And here I'm just doing a little time lapse of how I do the other side. The same steps apply. Same steps apply to both sides. To get a nice crispy hairline, I like to spray on and use a little bit of enhancements, nothing crazy. People like to judge and be like, oh, you're using fibers and all this stuff. Do you, when you're doing your haircuts, if it makes the client feel and look better at the end of it, do what you gotta do. And with this, the same way, you've heard it before, you start in the middle, work your way to the corners. Start in the middle, work your way to the corners. And just really looking in the mirror as you go will make your hairline look amazing. And like that spray I used, the little holding spray when you're doing the tape, especially on more ethnic hair, it's gonna make it stand out. Even on straight hair, especially straight hair, you want it to hold down. Curly hair, you want it to hold so you get that nice and crispy hairline that all your clients are looking for. So as you can see, I hooked my client up with a nice hairline. It's straight. That's important. And a razor is optional, but it does add to the experience, the barbershop experience. And so here it is, the complete transformation for before and after. Let me know in the comment section what you thought about this video, and if you would like me to do more videos just like this one. Thank you for staying tuned. Have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video.